The question that people have to ask, what's the difference between market value dengan bank value? Market value is what people are willing to pay at that point of time. But the market value of today versus tomorrow, or even 1 month later can be completely different. Bank value are normally quite stable. So maksudnya, it's not going to change much over the next 3 hingga 6 bulan. Okay, I think this is a fantastic example. Does everyone here aware about the Omega and Swatch punya new watch punya launch tu? Beratur tu. So now, what is the value of the watch? What is the bank value of the watch? In this particular case, the bank value of the watch is 250 euros. RM1,035 if I recall correctly. Today, market value of the watch, ada tak orang tengah jual kat Carousell at RM3,000 or RM5,000? Ada. Does it consider as a market value? The answer is not until ada orang beli pada harga RM3,000 or RM5,000. Then it cannot be considered as market value. And the RM3,000, RM5,000 tu can only be considered market value as of now. But the market value could drop, could change, because what I think people don't realize is that some people, at least some people don't realize, it's not even limited edition. You can buy the watch online. So today, theoretically speaking, the Omega X Swatch punya collaboration, so-called market value today, I would say it's probably about 1,500 to 2,000. I think ada orang nak beli. Is it worth 5,000? One says no lah, stupid lah siapa yang beli 5,000 tu kan. But will there be some stupid people who are going to buy it? I don't know. Maybe yes. If it's hyped so much, right, and people don't have enough information, and they don't even know it's not limited edition, and you can buy it online. 1 month, 2 months from now, they'll probably think that it's a very cheap, version of Omega. I mean, I'm a watch collector. I can buy an actual Omega for RM5,000 second hand. I would pay RM1,000 for one of it, the one that I like. I wouldn't pay anything more. I wouldn't pay anything more than the retail price. So you have to understand that market value too can fluctuate every day. Bank value doesn't fluctuate every day. That's point number one. Point number two here is that the bank value normally ada process. So that means valuer akan tengok a couple of things and then they're going to advise the banks. What is the bank value, right? So, and because we have more than, I think, easily 300, 400 valuation firm, it's not impossible for katalah Maybank pakai value A and value dia 500,000. CIMB pakai value B and value dia 600,000, right? And then you pergi Bank pakai value C and value dia 800,000. For the same property, different bank can have different value. Similar to the Swatch dengan Omega punya tu, right? I don't think it's worth more than RM1,200 lah. But is there going to be people who's going to happy to go and pay RM1,500 or RM2,000 for a watch today? I think there is. Is there an idiot out there who's going to pay RM5,000? I don't know. But if someone is willing to pay RM5,000, then RM5,000 becomes a proper market value. So you understand, right? The next question yang you probably now going to ask tapi tak tanya lagi. So which one do you follow, right? Do you follow market value or do you follow bank value? Betul tak? Which one do you follow, right? And here's my answer to you. You follow neither. You have to follow intrinsic value. Sebab tu kita ada 7 criteria, right? Because the value of the property should just be determined by valuers and bank. I don't need to come up with the 7 criteria. Everyone will know this is a good property or this is a bad property. Why is it a good property? Because the bank says it's a good property or the valuer says it's a good property. Or the agent says it's a good property, but it doesn't work that way. So I come out with the 7 criteria so that you can understand what is the intrinsic value of the property. So I'll give you an example today, right? The best property we are buying today discounted 10%, you guys. Because why? Market value, so-called bank value, is telling you that it's worth this much. 430,000 for a 2-bedroom. That's the market value as of today. But if you look at 7 criteria, you look at park residence, then you begin to discover the intrinsic value of this property is way higher than 400,000. It's easily 600,000 to 700,000. That's why kita pakai 7 criteria. And that's how I also know why certain property yang dia cakap pada harga 800,000 tu, I know it's not even worth 500,000. It's worth only half of that. Because I understand 7 criteria. I understand intrinsic value of the property. So if you're asking a question, which value do you want to use for investment? Then if you ask me, it's neither bank value or market value because those two can be completely manipulated. I can manipulate market value if I want to, just like the Swatch punya example tu tadi, right? I can manipulate bank value if I want to. It's not that difficult. I understand the process. I know what to do. Okay? Intrinsic value is not something you can change. So intrinsic value, you cannot pay off someone to value it higher ataupun lower. It's just the intrinsic value of the property. the ability for it to generate real returns, real above inflation, returns. So for me, between market value and bank value, I told you the difference, right? What is market value? What is bank value, right? But the real value you guys should really understand is intrinsic value. That's how you understand the property undervalued ataupun tak. Biasa cakap, just because a property is available at 50% discount doesn't mean it's a good property. If you don't understand the concept of intrinsic value, immediately you akan rasa 30% discount, fantastic. Kena scam beli property tu. But actually intrinsic value dia cuma 40% je. You need a 60% discount to reach an intrinsic value. So that's what understanding of 7 criteria will bring you to the level whereby you can understand what is the intrinsic value of a property. If you were to buy stocks, I think you will listen to this analogy. You must understand intrinsic value of the company so that you can decide what is the price that you should enter. Does that make sense, guys?